Hello, coaches. Today, I want to take you through a particular process known as the pain paradigm. This one is taught in our NLP Master Practitioner, as it is absolutely crucial that you are confident in your NLP skills to be able to help somebody through this process. It is a phenomenal at how quickly the results show up. This is definitely something that you want to add to your NLP toolkit. So, as I always say, let's get started. Now, before working with a client who has been experiencing pain, long-term pain, just make sure that they've seen the doctor first and that they've got the tick of approval to be able to do this process before you jump in. To me, pain is that unconscious perception of loss. It works like an alarm to get your attention that something is out of alignment. And if you think about it, if you think about a stressful event that's happened in the past, maybe there's been a relationship breakup or a loss of a job, the body will automatically go into some state of shock or stress. And while things are chaotic, that is not the time to deal with that stress or that shock. So the unconscious mind is very clever. It will store those triggers, it'll store that stress somewhere in the body so that when things calm down, you can bring your attention to it and resolve it. It's almost like get that unneed met fulfilled. So the pain paradigm very quickly works at drawing up those heavy duty feelings that have been waiting to be expressed, waiting to be to have their needs attended to. So when we think about pain, it is that message. Depending on where it is in the body, will have a different message. But it's just like, we hear people talk about having a headache on a Monday morning. Something is coming out of alignment where there's dread going to work or or a sense of hesitation, having that conversation with the boss. The resources aren't there to show up to be confident. Their bodies come out of alignment, and it's sort of like, okay, here comes the headache or the back pain or the whatever it is. Interestingly enough, once we acknowledge the dread or acknowledge the lack of resources, it's fascinating how quickly the unconscious mind can make that switch, turn off the pain, because we're now in solution mode instead of holding ourselves back, guilt ridden or frustrated or angry. It's fabulous, fabulous and fascinating how this works. The pain paradigm itself is specifically for is the process specifically for pain that has been there for longer than 6 or 8 weeks. So clearly, if you've fallen off a motorbike or had a car accident, you got broken bones or fallen off the monkey bars, in that moment, that pain is very, very real and you need medical attention. But if you've gone out longer than the span that the doctors would say that you should be healed, so that should, the model operator, if that pain is still continuing, there must be an underlying unconscious cause for that pain. And in fact, I would have a look at why you've even attracted that accident to begin with. What was that limiting negative thoughts that you were radiating in that moment before you even had that accident? Because I know from working with lots and lots of clients that often they will have accidents when their energy is already in that weakened state. So coming back to the slides, the pain paradigm is definitely for pain that has been there longer than 6 or 8 weeks. And it's that unconscious mind bringing forward the alarm bells, a message that we need to pay attention to instead of pushing the cork down and pushing the emotions away. The body saying it is time. Now, as I've already stated there, the pain is generally feelings based on triggers from the past. So when we do this process, we do want the first thing that comes to mind with the client. We want short, sharp answers. We don't need the whole long story. And of course, you can get the long story before you do this process. You can use your meta model and loosen the model of the world, but you need to make sure that they know what feelings are and that they can just start to very quickly give the first thing that comes to mind. The pain paradigm is a fascinating process because you can also use this in combination with timeline processes and anchors and parts integration. So the steps. The very first thing that you ask your client is how long have you had the pain for? And again, if it's longer than 6 to 8 weeks, then this is the process to begin your coaching session. Calibrate with the client there on a scale of 1 to 10, what's the current pain? And that will give the client that convincing strategy, the convincer that something has shifted when we get to the other end of this process. So, again, we've checked in, what's the pain? How long have you had it for? What do you want instead? On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the worst, what is the current pain? And then and setting things up for your client to trust the first thing that comes to mind and just need short, sharp answers. On a scale of 1 to 10, rate the pain. And let's say that we're working with somebody with either, I don't know, either a headache, even period pain, back pain, leg pain. This will work on any type of long-term pain. Let's say we're working on a headache. On a scale of 1 to 10, rate the pain, and it may say 10. So when you think about the pain in your head, what emotion are you feeling right now? Frustration. Great. And on the scale of 1 to 10, rate the pain. Oh, 8. Great. When you think about the pain in your body, what emotion are you feeling right now? Oh, anger. And then again, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most, what's the rate the pain? Oh, 5. Okay. And when you think about that pain in your head, what emotion are you feeling right now? Oh, guilt. And so you just continue to go through this process quite quickly, literally until the pain is gone. When I demonstrated this process in the current NLP Master Practitioner group, we worked on somebody's pain and we went through it. What's the rated? And then when you think about that pain in the body, what emotion are you feeling right now? And she moved through the layers of the emotions so quickly that was only about 5 or 6, maybe even 7 rounds before this sense of euphoria. I was like, oh, the pain's not there. I was like, yep, done. Awesome. Now, in that moment, instead of the client having this sense of pain in their body where it's distracting and they can't think about all the things that you want to ask them in a normal coaching session, this is a great process to use to be able to address the emotional response, bring the pain down to a manageable level, if not completely gone, which is what I would expect. I would expect to do this a few times. They may say anger twice or frustration twice, like whatever emotion. And you find that you go through this process until there is nothing there. It's like, oh, there's no pain. That's fantastic. But now what you can do in your coaching sessions is now address some of those emotions that they actually listed out. You can now do timeline to address the issues in the past, the anger, where did that come from? But most clients actually get to the other side of that pain and say, wow, now that that noise has stopped, I actually want to focus on the future. I want to focus on what are the things that I want to do now that the pain isn't in the way. So you, as the coach, have the option to either go back in time to resolve things that had just been brought up, or you can go into the future and start to future pace. What do they want instead of living with anger, living with pain? How do they want their life to be? And what is the strategy for success to be able to ensure that moving forward? It's, well, again, a lot of fun. And of course, at the very end, you need to calibrate. Yep, that pain is now at a 0, 1 or a 0. I would keep going till it's at a 0 because it happens so quickly. Now, a typical Claire sidestep. Scientifically, emotions are your body's physical reaction to something. So if you think about it, if you've been on a roller coaster or a very fast motorbike, the emotions are actually the racing of your heartbeat, or when you're frustrated or angry, or that teary response when you're crying, or that shallow breathing when you're anxious. Scientifically, if you're pedantic with semantics, emotions are the way that your body responds to the environment. So they typically are very, very quick. On the other side, scientifically, feelings capture the subjective experience that comes with that emotion. So feelings have a more cognitive component to them. They require someone to be aware of their environment while also being aware of the emotion. So they occur when someone puts a meaning to an experience. So feelings are emotions that are processed by thinking. So the feelings tend to be longer lasting. So, like that example, going on a roller coaster, you can experience that emotion of surprise, and a range of feelings can come up. The emotions of that, like the whole body, the breathing, the sense of the rush, the emotions are the body's response. The feelings are the interpretation that you put to that experience. So, did you feel really excited about the roller coaster, or were you feeling absolutely terrified? Those feelings are based on the meaning that you put to it. Fabulous. I love this stuff. So, for the pain paradigm to work, all you're looking for are the descriptive words for the emotions, such as anger, guilt, sadness, frustrated, blame, all of that stuff. You're looking for the meaning that they're putting to their experience of the pain in that now moment. So it's a fabulous process. I know that you can do this process in less than 90 seconds. Of course, you need to loosen the client's model of the world. You have to have rapport. You need to be able to hold the space for somebody to move through that. But resolving pain in 90 seconds, wow, what a game changer. I have known clients to use, students to use this process, when their partner is in aches and pains coming to bed and like, well, it's late at night, let's do the pain paradigm really quickly so that their partner could go to sleep easily. I've known mums to use this process with little ones who don't want to go to school, got a sore tummy. Oh, that's interesting. I've worked with this particular process with long-term period pain and endometriosis and all of those things. And of course, that was held in a safe space to then go to timeline and other things based on those symptoms. But the pain paradigm, you can use it anywhere where there's that long-term pain. And in fact, I know of a masseuse who does this process, or a physio, when they do this process, they're actually going through the pain paradigm with them when there's those aches and pains. Oh, what emotion are you feeling in the body right now? So, absolutely fabulous. I'm Claire Chancellor from Be Your Purpose Coaching, and I will talk to you later. Bye, guys.